I said, look, I'm thinking to come back home. Yeah, you have to come back home, please. We are tired, we are old, we're looking forward to retire. They're building a great port, there's a wonderful future waiting for us. It's about time. We're going to relive again the great golden age of the 70s. The restaurant deserved the success. We wasted our life, we lost a lot of money waiting and waiting. Now you have to come back. And I said, I'm coming back, but now the position has to change because I'm coming back and I'm almost 50. So now, my way or you both get the highway. Just have a talk, take your time, but when you pick up the phone and tell me come back, the way I come in, you...
Vito mare quanto è bella, spira tanto sentimento, come tu che tiene mente.
This is the story of my Sicilian grandmother, who left Sicily in 1952, looking for better life opportunity shortly after the war. And she had 3 kids with her. One of the kids was my mother, and when they reached Porto Maurizio, Mom was 15. They settled in this little room, and they even spent 2 long years sleeping in a very small corner, just with the little curtains on the tables, because it was hard to find a flat for rent, because young kids, a woman, no man, no guarantee of paying the rent, so it has been very tough. So they settled the business, and that was a little spot where the young sailormen who were doing the military service in this building in front of us, and they were just cooking some simple food, fried little fish, some pasta, with a little Sicilian wine to serve by the little glass, and that was the beginning. In 1954, a Napolitan sparkling little blue-eyed show-off came to the building as the last 3 months of military service, and he was the attendant of the priest of the Navy. And then he started coming here, like all the other boys, playing, staring at the mom, start fancying mom, and that's the way it started.
The sparkling little blue-eyed show-off, Toninno, always had grand dreams of a life beyond Naples. His creative and entrepreneurial spirit craved new opportunities.
Dad was born in Naples in 1932, and when he came here was just 22 years old. And during his youth, he was just working hard with my grandfather in Naples, fisherman, 1 small rowing boat, just the 2 of them with a little line fishing overnight, and then bringing the fish to the big fish market where Dad was also working like a little boy, doing all the things. So he got to learn very important things from the fisherman career, how to catch, learn how to handle the fish after the catch, so how to preserve, how to store, and this has been a key experience for the future restaurant who will become the Lanterna Blu, the best seafood restaurant in the area for almost half a century. Between the 60s and the 70s, with the growing of the business, Dad and Mom decided to rent more and more space to enlarge the restaurant and develop the business. Mom was the one in charge for cooking, and Dad was the one in charge of the service.
Mas's parents opened the restaurant with very little experience. They didn't have any resources like cookbooks, and neither of them had any professional training. They learnt a lot from their foreign guests about food, which helped expand their repertoire and fulfill their ever-expanding patrons' needs.
French customers coming by boat, walking to the restaurant, getting friendly. Please, next trip, could you bring us some bottle of champagne or a case of oyster? And step by step, the business and the restaurant grew, and there was a constant growing.
When the restaurant was just starting up and money was a little tight, Toninno picked up a microphone and crooned. He wasn't too bad. In fact, he was part of a team of Neapolitan singers that sang with the likes of Domenico Mondugno, Mr. Volare, and Renato Carosone. He soon discovered that being on the road doesn't work for a married man. So Toninno gave up the dream of singing and settled on growing the restaurant. He found other ways to make extra cash.
He was also painting and doing paper walls and stuff to get some money whenever was some time off or in winter time where there was not too much business. Napolitan, we do everything. We are just creative. We are just genius. We just give us something to do. We will do it for money.
C'è scritto lassù, Lanterna Blu. Dai, basta.
He's not used to hard people. Tuo fratello sta arrivando, sì? Sì, è tutto a posto. This is the brother of Giuseppe who is coming now. We know each other since probably even before we were born, because his father was already supplying Lanterna Blu, that means my father, with fish in 1954, 55, 56. E la Gransera. Look at this. Look at this. During the phase, the restaurant grew, and I grew with the restaurant. I've been always attracted by food and beverage, and this is, I realized very quickly then, it would have been my destiny. Because I started at the age of, I think, 6 or 7, service next to my father. This training next to him lasted, about the age of 20. Then he said, for me, you're done. Now you go back in the engine room, which is the kitchen next to your mother. And that was it.
Devo sorridere mentre cucino?
Sì, perché è una cosa bella cucinare. L'aragosta?
Massi spent 10 years working in the kitchen with his mother, learning all of her recipes and techniques.
I just add the crushed pepper now, because if I put too early in advance, I'll burn it. And then now we have created the perfect emulsion between the oil and the water. The cooking water has soaked the garlic, and this will be absorbed by the pasta while the last minute of tossing, and the flavor of aglio e olio will be in the pasta, not only around the pasta.
It's never easy as a parent when the student becomes a teacher.
Quella la leviamo? No.
Dopo. That's the man. That's the man. Without her, nothing would have been possible.
Thank you.
While still in training with his mother, at the age of 24, Massi got married, and not long after, his wife gave birth to their daughter, Georgia.
But the life hasn't been that easy because of the complication of living and working with the family members, where everybody has a very strong personality, so we start having some conflicts.
After 5 years, Massi's marriage started falling apart, and he had to make some difficult decisions.
It's a hard choice, and of course it's a choice that will put everybody against you, even if they love you.
Eventually things became too difficult, and so Massi left Lanterna Blu and Italy.
I had the opportunity to go to work very far from here, which was the most important thing, put an ocean in between me and the past. Long Island, East Hampton.
Massi gained a lot of experience working in the restaurant Sapore di Mare in Long Island and enjoyed the autonomy the owner gave him to run his own show.
We were just 7 in the kitchen. I was the head chef, full power. I was managing the whole crew, deciding the menu, choosing the supplier, deciding the price. He gave me full power, a big responsibility.
Long Island has always been a favourite getaway for the rich and famous. Massi met many during his time there. One personality, though, left a lasting impression. Billy Joel.
Billy Joel was a wonderful man. We organized for him a party in Montauk at the end of Long Island in August 91. It was a benefit evening. He sang for free. He did a spectacular concert. And I had the pleasure and the challenge to meet him as one of the most popular guests in Sapore di Mare in that summer, in the beginning, because they warned me. They said, look, he's Billy Joel, he's one of our most regular customers, he loves Italian food, he loves spaghetti with clams, so do your way, do your best. So I cooked my spaghetti, he sent it back. He said, what? I don't know, there's something missing. This happened for 3 times in a row. Every week he was sending back spaghetti with clams, and I was getting more and more nervous. After the 4th complaint, Toninno, who's the owner, he called me by phone and said, Massimo, don't worry, it's not your fault. The key of success is just double or even triplicate the percentage and the quantity of garlic in this portion. He's a garlic fanatic. And I said, okay, Pino, I'll follow you, I trust you. The day when Billy Joel came the order in the kitchen, spaghetti with clams. So I do my spaghetti I put all my emphasis, I put all my stress, all my 32 years of energy. I just said, I was just like a iron blacksmith, Okay, I send it out, and then I start counting. And now, let's see what's gonna happen. 1 minute, 2 minutes. At the 3rd minute, the doors open in the kitchen, boom! And he walks in the kitchen, and he walks in this funny way, like this, and he say, who is the chef here? And I was so stir-frying inside. I was prepared to fight, and I was ready to punch him, I swear to God. I said, no way, not this time anymore. I raised my hand and I look him with a challenge side. I said, it's me. He stared at me, he walked to me, and he said, man, the best spaghetti alle vongole I ever had in my life. And you know what was? Just double garlic.
After 2 years of living away from Imperia and the restaurant and his daughter, Massi returned.
So I came back to Imperia, and I said to my parents, okay, I'm back, I'm ready, let's try now to work together. I have much more experience than I had before, so I think we can do something important if you let me free to do that. And I also went back to my former wife and I said, look, if you think there are still some feelings left, let's try. Georgia is 7 now. I think we're not going to do anything wrong in just giving us a chance. In the worst case, if it's not working, we can say to ourselves, at least we tried.
Italy during the early 90s suffered financially, like the rest of the world, and Lanterna Blu was losing diners. Each year saw a decline in income. Massi was restless. His relationship still wasn't working with his wife, and there was a continuing power struggle with his father.
In those days, I was feeling and considering myself somehow the new captain in charge. But the problem is that the old captain in charge, my father, he was not willing to leave the rudder at all. He wanted to command. And I said, this is my place. This we're gonna do it my way or the highway. And again, I took the highway. I had the chance to leave and go again for a great business opportunity to Germany. And I took that chance because, again, I reached the conclusion that there was no future for me, neither in the family nor in the professional environment.
The embattled Lanterna Blu was going to sorely miss Massi. He was leaving when the restaurant needed him most.
So, you see it from a point of view, Massimo is a coward. He left the family, he abandoned the sinking restaurant. Massimo did something more practical. He went to Germany, he found a great job, he spent 15 years in Germany, working very hard, and sending every month money to the sinking boat to fix all the holes and try to let them float as long as possible. That was Massimo.
All was going quite well until the global financial crisis of 2008.
And all of a sudden, we have us a couple of phone calls amongst us, the most rated Italian restaurant, and say, what's going on? I'm empty, so am I, so am I, so am I, so am I. A week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 months. And then I said, okay, it must be a sign that probably the German campaign is over.
Back home at Lanterna Blu, things were bleak. Massi was returning to a failing restaurant, continuing power struggles with his dad, and an unforeseen financial issue that could shut the restaurant's doors forever.
Mom couldn't wait to run out because she was fed up of working in the kitchen with this crazy small Napoleon, running back and forth with the table and lost the control. And my father has been a little tougher, it took me 2 years. Yeah, it took me 2 years to get rid of him in a romantic way, professional-wise. I was pulling him out, turned the head, it was a gaming. I said, Dad, you are almost 80. On a certain day, this middle 50, blondie, spicy little girl came applying for a job. I look at her. I knew that she was a bunch of nerves and tension and muscle, and she was very nervous about this interview. And I asked her the normal, "Do you have any experience?" And when she told me that she was the daughter of a well-known restaurateur from Sanremo, all of a sudden I had a strange reaction. This is a survivor of a family restaurant business who closed down, they sold the business, and at 45, she has the humbleness to come to me and apply for a job without feeling somehow embarrassed because I'm still here and they're not there anymore.
Despite Mass's best efforts to remain in a professional relationship with Monica, after 4 years, she decided to declare her feelings.
She told me, "We've been working together here. I know that your story and your relationship with your ex is gone. The same is with me. My ex is gone. But I just want to tell you, I love you from the first day I met you. You think that could we do something together because I really want you." And again, after 4 years, this little woman shocked me. 4 years later, she applied for me. And I said to myself, that's the bingo.
Monica and Massey found in each other an understanding and passion for family restaurant life that they could never have found in anyone else outside of the industry.
The family restaurants, they won't last as long as the business one, because I see and I feel in the next generation, if you take my life, for example, I have 2 daughters. I don't have a male child. And it's not because it's a matter of sex, but it's even way more complicated to persuade a woman to follow this tradition when, if I have to be honest, that means I can't lie to my daughters. What am I gonna tell them? Dear daughters, this is a fantastic job. You have so much day off. You can enjoy the life. You can have all the children you want running around the table. That's not possible. I have to consider myself a kind of privileged person because I had this complicated, humble, and very tough beginning. But now I'm settled. I know who I am. I know what I want. I know what I can't do, but I know what I can do. I am in a Lanterna Blu. My family business, so I have to be smart and customer orientated, that once people cross the door and enter in Lanterna Blu, they will understand and they will confirm when they leave the restaurant that they did the right choice. They choose me and I made them happy.